Welcome to this tutorial, and in this video I'm going to be showing us step by step on how to use Canva editable social media template. This training is perfect if you are a business owner or you are a freelancer, you are a beginner, probably you are a graphic designer or someone who doesn't have no experience in design at all. And this tutorial is for you. And you don't need a Canva Pro account. All you need is a free account. There's a difference between Canva Pro account and Canva free account. So the pro account, you make payment, you subscribe on it, but the free is always free. And that's all you need. And some of the things you'll be talking about in this video are, understanding the Canva workspace, design structure, editing text, changing colors, replacing images, and we'll be talking about backgrounds and reusing one template for many business. And lastly, we'll be talking about downloading your design. And, um and that's all. And let's get started. So first of all, one of the things you're going to do is to download Canva. So you can download Canva from App Store or Play Store. After you download Canva, you install it. Then after you install it, you are going to sign up. So once you sign up, yeah, and you get verified, then it is very, very easy to use. So then you have access to a free version of Canva. Then probably the first thing, if you're just starting up or you know what you're doing, create you can do yours from scratch by clicking on create below here. You can see the create button below. You understand, you can start from scratch. There are different templates you can use at the beginning, but in my case, because I already have a design that I want to show us, I will click on your design. So uh, so so now, the first thing we are going to talk about is that I want to put us through is what we call understanding the Canva workspace. And the Canva workspace is currently loading. So this is a blank space. This is an empty space. Just like you click on create, if you click on create, it's going to take you to a blank space. You understand? So the same way. So this is the Canva workspace, which is very, very empty. And if you don't click on the canvas space, if you don't click on anywhere on the space, let me click outside the space, you will see that the menu below has changed. Then you have other properties like design, element, text, gallery, and the likes. So I think some of those things there are actually meaningful in terms of how they are pronounced, like text. You know what text is, you know what gallery is, and so on and so forth. You understand? But if you select any property, any element like this background now, it gives you another form of properties below. As you can see, replace, magic background, and then colors, transitioning, and the likes. Let's say, for instance, I want to change the background of this things. Then if I click on color, you understand, I just want to change the background to black. It changes. If I want to change it to hash, it changes. You understand? And let me return. So that is it. And if you have a multiple page, just like this, you can see page one, page two, page three. Maybe you want to get to page five, and what you just need to do from that page, just slide to the left a little bit, so you can see page five. You understand? So once you get to page five, you click on it. You understand? So, and in case probably you are using another version of Canva, I notice some version of Canva does not have this page list below. So you should click on the main surface, on the main Canva, the main template. What you just need to do is you should swipe to the left or right on the main Canva, on your main design. I will stripe to the left now. You understand? It's going on. I don't know if you understand. Stripe to the right. So that's the way you can get it in case you didn't see the page listed below. You understand? So Another thing I want to let you know about is this plus button in between those pages. Once you click on it, it gives you option to is either add more page or you transition. You understand? So let's say we want to add more page. If I add more page now, it's going to bring an empty page. You understand? So, but if I click on transition, so it's going to, just like PowerPoint, how do I want to transition between from the current page to the previous page, and so forth. So I'm not doing that. Let me just click on none. You understand? Then um, close the box. At the upper side of it, look at there's a kind of icon that looks like house here. You see that icon actually means you want to save, and then the second icon there is a back or forward icon, or you want to redo or undo. You understand? So that's the purpose of the button there. And so on. This other one is comment. If we want the triple dot is for more um, options. You understand? But in this case, let's just if you want to edit, but now we are not editing the name in terms of you want to change the name and the likes, but we are not. It's for more options. The next one is for comment. Maybe you want to give a comment, you just want to drop a comment. That's the purpose. The next one is download, while the other one is to share. You understand? But we'll be talking about all those things in depth uh, during the tutorial. You understand? We'll be talking about them one by one, but majorly we'll be talking about some of the things that are very, very important that concern the template. I'm just trying to explain to us what the Canva workspace look like, and that is what we've done. So the other design principle that I would like us to talk about is design structure. And this is actually very, very important for you to understand. And the definition of design structure in graphic design refers to the deliberate arrangement of virtual element. You can hear the word arrangement when you arrange things. So that's the meaning. And an example of, let me give an example. Like this image now shows a scattered house. And this house is less interesting. If you move to the second one, look at the arranged house. You can see how interesting it is. So the same thing uh, applies to design as well. So let me show you a scattered design. This is a scattered design which is not interesting at all to your users. It will not be interesting to your users because the users will be confused on what to see first or what to understand. So let me show you an example of an arranged design, which is this. You can see this is well arranged in a manner that you can actually know what to spot first and spot second, and so on and so forth. And we have different type of arrangement depending on your design level. So this is one, this is second, this is another one. You can see three images. The images by the right, the headings, and by the left. You know, the images by the left, the headings, and the description by the right. Depending on how you want to put it. Some people on this stage, some people will put the images above the heading. So depending on how you want to arrange all these things, and there is hierarchy to all these things. You can give the image hierarchy 1, the heading hierarchy 2, and so on and so forth. So it is very, very important you arrange. So if you arrange, then it will be enticing for your client, to actually look at what you're selling, and from there they might actually be a prospect, or they might actually be your customer. Maybe they buy from you. So that's what I'm trying to say. So design structure is actually very, very important. Other things I will also want us to talk about is the design spacing. Understand? So the margin above the flyer should somehow be equal be equal with the margin below. The margin at the right hand side should be be equal to the margin at the left hand side. So all these things are very, very important. The margin between the text and the images are also very, very important. You put all those things into account, and all those things makes your design meaningful. So you can see this. Look at the logo above, and from the edge, the logo to the edge, you can see that it is equal to the logo from this subheading to the bottom. And also, if you look at this left hand side, the text heading and the description, look at the gap between the edge of that flyer, of that Canva, and look at the image at the right hand side here. Look at the distance. So all these things must be kind of be equal with each other. And the heading and the description, you can see the distance between them is, and also the call to action. You can see the difference between the heading, the description, and the call to action. So all these things makes up your design, and it makes it so enticing and so clear and so professional, to the extent that you have your customer understanding what the design is all about without you even talking to them physically. So that's it. Now, let's go straight into the Canva social media template. You understand? So after you downloaded this PDF, you understand this is a PDF file. After you downloaded this PDF, you scroll down to page 5. You understand? You say click to edit your Canva. So the moment you click on that blue link, it it opens another. Let me click on it a bit. Okay, it opens another box below. Then you select you want to open with Canva. So the moment you open with Canva, so it asks you use. Then you click on use template for new design. So it opens. So it's trying to load. Let's wait for it to load. It's going to load all the page because we have more than 100 pages here. So it's going to take some time. So let us talk about editing text on the template. So you can select any text by clicking on any of the text there. Let's say, for instance, I want to click on Tuesday. Then I click on Tuesday. The moment I click on Tuesday, if I wish to edit what is on Tuesday to Monday, what I just need to do is to click on, the edit button below here under the property. You understand? If I click on edit, so it's going to give me the opportunity. You can see that the cursor is blinking at the right hand side at the Y. Let me put it at A. You can see it here. Let me put it back at Y. And I want to edit it. It's just for me to erase Tuesday and put Monday. You understand? So once you put Monday, then that makes sense. So that's how to edit. And once you are done editing, what you just need to do is to click on this correct sign, that you've confirmed that you are done. Once you click on it, and that's all. So everything comes back to normal. So other things I want to show us is the font. So font actually means if you want to change the style, I'm currently using Archival Black. You can change it to Atom. If I click on Atom, you see that it changes. If I change to Arimo, it changes. But I would advise us not to really change the font style or whatsoever. So let's return it to Archival Black. Another thing is text style. This text style actually means whether we want to make it header or want to make it smaller or stuff like that. But that's not uh, the most important thing here. You can see heading, subheading, and the likes, but we are not using that. So let me close it. So the another most important one is the font size. Font size, once you click on it, understand you can reduce the size, to whatever you want to use, but that's not advisable. And what you just need to do in order to mark it, because maybe, for instance, another thing again, if you make a mistake and you want to return, click on the back button here. You understand? Beside the button that looks like house at the top of the screen. You can see now that I return to back button and it returns. instead of clicking on confirm, because I don't want to confirm that, you understand? So let me still click on it. So that's all about text. So you can move this text. Another thing is that you can move this text by clicking and holding it. You won't leave it. Let me do it again. Once you click and hold it, you can drag it down or drag it up or drag it anywhere. You understand? Depending on where you want it. But this is the most important thing. This is where I want it. Another thing you can do about text is duplicate. This is once you click on it, there's a duplicate button here. Once you click on it, it duplicates. You can so once it duplicates, you can move it up or anything and give it your own writing. Let's call it, we've clicked on edit, then let's call it re, sorry recent Cyber Monday. So once you are done, you click on the confirm. It's very easy. It is very easy, and uh, that's how you can work on text. Again, let me show us to drag up or to drag down. For instance, if you don't need it anymore, you click on this delete button beside the duplicate button here. Once you delete, or you want to add your own text, what you just need to do is to click on text here. Look at the text. You are not selecting. You make sure you are not selecting anything. If I select something, it changes. But if I select outside the design, then it changes to this. Then you click on this text here. So if you click on this text, it's going to ask you, do you want to add a text, a heading, like the biggest heading or sub-heading? Let's say, for instance, I want to add a heading. I will show you the difference between heading, sub-heading, and text. This is heading. Once I click on heading, you see the heading is very big. Let me now add good. Let me just put good there. Then I confirmed it. Let me now drag it so that we can see it. This is it. That's heading. That's my own text. You can put it anyway. Let me delete it and let me show you how subheading is. Text, subheading. And see, the subheading is actually small in size. It's small in size. Let me bring back the heading again so that you see the difference between both of them. Confirm. See that there's difference between. So the third one, let me bring the third one. Let me bring out the third one, text, which is body text. Add a little bit of body text. So this body text is majorly for description. You see that there's difference between these three. You understand? But we don't need all this. Let me just delete them. It's just to show you that you can create your own text, and that's the reason for this text video. Let us talk about color, design color. So it can be text color, it can be background color, it can be anything. So it is very, very important we talk about color. Depending on the color that is there, all these colors are changeable. Understand? It just depend on your brand color. If you have a brand color and if your brand color is not purple, you understand, and probably your brand color is black, it's very easy to change. What you just need to do is to select what you want to change. In our case, we want to change the background color. Let's say, for instance, the background color, your brand is black and you want to change the background color to black. We just select the background, which I have just selected. Once I select, I go to these properties here. Then I look for the color. You understand? I scroll to the right and all those things. So now we have two types of color. If you noticed on the background, we have a deeper purple and a lighter purple. You understand? It depends on what you want to do. So in my case, I just want to change the deeper color. the deeper black, purple to black. So the moment I change it, it changes. And you can see that the deeper black is the dominant color. You see that it makes sense this way. Then you can kind of manipulate the whole design the way you want it. Another case is I want to change this font now. You see, and another thing, I want to change this font from black to purple. The moment I select the black, then I look for color. You can say color, font color. So you are going to look for font color. You understand? So I select it, then I look for purple. Let's look for purple design. Let me say I want to change it to purple. This literally does not make any design sense. You understand? That's why I said you need to look at the combination of your brand color, and your brand color must fit. You understand? So we wouldn't want to cause conflict between color. There's what we call color riot. We wouldn't want to do that. Normally, it's supposed to be black, but for this example, I just want to change the color. You understand? So, but the best color that is supposed to be on that font is black. You understand? And let's always make sure that there is no color contrast. What I mean by color contrast, contrast issue. Let's say, for instance, um, I select the sales. You understand? I select the sales sale font, and I want to change the color, and I change it to black. And you know that the background color is black. Why will you change that to black? You see now that it doesn't make sense. You notice now that it does not make sense the way it's supposed to be. You understand? You can see it does not fit the black color, so people cannot even see the sales. And so what's the purpose? So you need to make sure that if your background is dark, then all your font will be light. Or if your background is light, your font will be dark. That will be vice versa, so that there won't be color imbalance, there won't be color contrast. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's very, very simple. So another thing I want to talk about, let's return the this thing to white. I want to talk about on color is, let's say for instance, this white, I want to reduce the opacity. You can reduce the opacity by scrolling to the left, and select transparency. You want to reduce how visible the brightness of the color. You just select this and drag it to the left, or you impute a particular number, or you use this minus button or plus button here. You understand? So depending on what you want to do. And once you are done, please always remember that you need to always click on these check buttons. Once you are done with a particular design and you are done, you click on this check button. It means save whatever you've done. Save this thing, whatever you've done. And if you are not satisfied, like what I've said earlier, you click on this back button. So you click on once you are not satisfied, you click on this back button. So I'm clicking on the back button, and it takes me to the beginning of how my design is. I hope we understand. So that is what that's all about color. The next thing I'll be talking about is image. Image, how to replace image, where can you get the image, how to remove background from image. Those are the things we'll be talking about in this tutorial, this section. So first of all, let us look for a way to replace image. Let's say for instance, I already have my image downloaded. You understand? Or probably we want to use the image from Canva. Let's say for instance from Canva, because Canva also have their own image, but I don't recommend that. If you have your own legit content in terms of your own kind of image, you snapped it or you download it from somewhere, that's the best part. That's the best one you can use instead of getting it from Canva. But I will show us how to get it from Canva as well. So now, let's say for instance, I select that image. I've selected the image, and that's the image I want to select. After selecting the image, and I didn't select any other thing. There's a particular property here called replace. You understand? You click on that replace. After you click on the replace, it takes you to different places. You understand? It takes you to gallery, it takes you to upload, it takes you to photo and video. So if you want to get your image from Canva, you click on photos. So once you click on photos, it automatically divert you to the photo aspect of Canva. Then you can start searching for your image. You can see, look at this image that has crown on top of them. Those ones are paid ones, so you don't need paid element or image. Anywhere you see crown, please don't click on them. You understand? So you look for free. Look at this one that doesn't have crown. Those, those are the free ones. But we are not using Canva image. We want to use the image that I downloaded. So I click on gallery. I've already saved it on my gallery. So I click on gallery, then see the image here, for fashion. Then let me click on it. The moment I clicked on it, it automatically replaced the previous one. You can see that it is easy. It replaced the previous one. So the next thing is to teach us how to sort for this image. To sort for this image, this image is probably you are into food, and I cannot say you start snapping your food, or you have a kind of a brand or a content, or your product is kind of generic like bag. You can find them. It's always practical that you, instead of wasting money to go and snap and do Photoshop, you can always get this image online. But if your product is unique, so you have to snap and make it look alright. So for us to sort a image, you understand, what we just need to do is to go to our browser, and there are different type of ways you can sort for image. You understand? So as far for me, what I did was just to go to google.com, for instance. Let me move back. So then I type in, you can type in any, let me say bag. First of let me first you first go to google.com. Google.com, that's the first thing you do. You understand? Bag image. That's what I do. Once I click on it, you understand, there are different type of bag image here. And where you should go is under image. You click on the tabs of image on Google, then it shows you a lot of bags. A lot of bags. You understand? So it shows you a lot of bags. Let's say, for instance, I'm looking for pizza. Pizza. You can see there's a lot of pizza designs here. A lot of pizza designs here. You can see a lot of pizza designs, and so you don't have to start creating your own kind of pizza designs. And if I want to save, let's say I want to save this one, I hold it. The moment I click and hold it, I just click on it and I hold it, then I select download image. Or before you do that, I wanted us to do something before you do that. You must look at, increase the size so that the Google will give you appropriate image. You understand? Look for search tools, and this is search tools here. Once you click on it, you click on size. You understand? And you click on large. It's going to be Google is going to give you the biggest, the best quality of image. That's what Google is going to give you. You understand? Google is going to give you the best quality of image. So I want to look for an image that is will be effective on what I want to do. Let's select this. So I hold it. The moment I hold it, I just click and I hold it, and you click and hold. You know what it means. Then you click on download image. Then you click on download. The moment it downloads, then you can reuse it. You understand? You can reuse it for your design. It's already on your design. Let's look for a template for image. Let's say let's pick one of these. This is a template for image. Then I can decide to replace this. Like I said, click on this, click on replace, click on the image you want, click on replace. Now I'm on gallery. Then if I select it, it changes. You see, very easy. So for images that you actually want to change their background, let's say you want to change the background, like this. Let me see. And don't forget, I said once you're done with the design, you always click on confirm, that mark button. So let's look for, okay, this particular pizza now. You know, this one doesn't have background, and I want to remove the background of that one. I can too. On Canva also have their own background remover, but I can't advise you to use Canva background remover because it is a paid tool. You have to pay for it before you can use it. And for us to be able to get a free tool, what we just need to do is to go to our browser, you understand, and let me open, let me just type in, then you can type in Adobe Background Remover on Google. Just type in Adobe Background Remover. Then you click on the first link. The first link you see here is what you're going to click on. So once you click on it, it takes you to Adobe Background Remover. Once it takes you there, yeah. So you are going to look for a place where you are going to upload your image. You can see tap to upload image. That's the first place. Once you tap to upload image, it takes you to your gallery. So it's loading. You look for the image. I said, and I select the image I want to remove. I just downloaded that pizza. So it's loading. It's loading. So the moment I select that image, it upload it here. So at this moment, it's uploading the file so that you can remove the background. It's removing the background. Now it has finished removing the background. So then what you just need to do is to download to phone. So it's exporting now to my phone. So it has finished downloading. You can see now it has finished downloading. So that's the way you can actually uh, remove the background easily. So you opt out from here. Let's opt out from here. Then go to our Canva. You understand? So don't forget, we said we want to remove this image. You understand? Once you click on the image, this one doesn't have background. You can do that for bag, for cloth, or for anything. You understand? We just want to do it for this one. Once you click on the image that you want to replace, then you click on replace. Then it takes you to, you can see, both pizza are the same, but one has background, one doesn't. The one on the right has a background, but the one on the left does not have it. It doesn't have it. So what we just need to do is to click on the one that is transparent. We just need a transparent background. So once we click on it, once it replaces immediately, it replaces the one there. So voila. So that's it. And it's not hard. It's not hard. So another topic is design layer. Design layer in the literal meaning is when you have stage upon stages and upon stages, and like you have a crate of minerals. You can stack it up on top of each other, or crate of egg, something like that. But in design, when you have a design on top of another design and on top of another design, let's say for instance you have this shoe. This image shoe now is standing on top of the text that is below it. The text now is now standing on top. It's on top of the background, the black background. So for this case, you want to select this shoe. It's very easy to select because it's the one above. It's above. But to select the text at the background is actually very, very difficult. And that's why the property, the layer is very, very important. It enables you to be able to select other layers apart from the front layer. So, and it helps you to be able to shovel between them. You can move the shoe backward and move the text forward. So let's look for the layer. You scroll once you select one of the elements or whatever content or image. So once you select it, you scroll left here and look for layer. Okay, this is it. And as you can see the image, it looks like a layer. So once you click on the layer, it shows you all the content, all the element. What is currently highlighted at the moment is the shoe. You can understand. So now I want to select the text below the shoe. The text below under the shoe. If I select this one now, you see that has been selected. If I decided to bring it above the shoe, it's just for me to drag it above. I will just move. I will click on this six dot horizontal dot. Once I click on it, then I move it upward. You see, very easy. If I want to return it, I'll return it to where it's supposed to be. So do you now understand? Now, this point, I can edit it. You understand? At this point, I can edit it. Now I've selected it, then you click on edit like we did, on while we are, using the text. If I click on edit now, it brings it forward for me to edit science. I just write science. You understand? I can edit it, but so sings. I've put sings now. So I can say anything, science, depending on whatever I want. So once you are done editing, once I click on confirm, this confirm button, so it returns to the button, and that's the only way you can work on edit. So it's very simple. And uh, let's say for instance, another thing I want to show us is probably when you are working on a particular text. Let's say this more information www.yoursite.com is not visible. You can zoom it. The only way you can zoom it is when you are not selecting any content. You are not you didn't when you didn't select any content, you just use your two finger, you understand, and on the screen you put your two finger on the screen, then you stretch it, like if like you used to do on image. Now maybe you want to view the image very well, it's the same pattern. You can move it to the right, you can move it to the once you are done to see what content is there, you can reduce it. You understand? So using your two finger, you can do that on this as well, and which is very good. Another topic that I would like us to talk about is how to reuse a template for multiple businesses. You understand? If you have a template here, if there's, you purchase this template and you notice that your business is not part of it, let's say, for instance, jewelry. You understand? So all this template here, all of this template can be reused for different purposes. You understand? Name it any other thing. You understand? So let's say, for instance, I don't have any jewelry template here specifically that I name jewelry. So, and as you can see here, this is a template for real estate, housing, and the like, and the likes. And so I just want to replace and change the image and make it a jewelry form of template. So what I just need to do is to change the text, the image, and the price. Literally everything about it. So first of all, I can say best modern jewelry, best modern jewelry for you. I don't know if that's the right stuff, but that's what is coming on mind, depending on what you want to do. Let me just say jewelry. So I select the house. Don't forget, if you cannot select any of the image, maybe you are trying to select it and you are selecting the layer above or the content above. Just go to layer. Don't forget about that. Click on layer. Once you click on layer, you now want to select house. So it has been selected. If I want to select family, it will select for me. You see, it has changed. But now I'm on house, and then you close it. Once you close it, go to edit. Click on edit. Once you click on edit here, so it gives you the opportunity to change. Then I erase everything. Then I type jewelry. Put it on capital letter. Jewelry. So in this case where you have a longer text, you understand? So what you just need to do, you have two things. Now I'm done with the spelling. I confirmed it. So then I click on it again. Click on the text. Where's the text? You understand? And I expand. You can expand it. Look at, I expand it so that it can fit in into the fit in properly. But in a case like this, when I notice the text is too big, I will just come to font size, reduce the size so that it can make sense, drag it below. Best modern, you can call it best modern jewelry for your family. Maybe you want to buy it for your family or for your spouse. You can say for your spouse. I want to click on family and spouse. Click on edit. You understand? So once I click on edit, I want to type spouse for your spouse. That's number one. You see that you've edited that. Depending on how you want it, you can erase the text, put in your own text, whatever you want to do it. If you want to remove that for, you click on it, delete it if you don't want it there, depending on what you want. But I want that for your spouse. So the next thing is you change your logo. If you have a logo here, you change it, put your logo here. You understand? But I'm not going to change that. So the next thing is to change the image. I have two images here. Don't forget, you would have already downloaded your image or you would have snapped it. So for this case now, I select the image here. Now I'm going to click on replace. Once I click on a place, it takes me to my gallery and it's going to open up. So this is one of the uh, gold. So I select the first one here. You see that it changes. Then I click on the second gallery, which is the second one. I click on replace at the property side. Once I click on a place, look for another gallery that I downloaded. Okay, let me click on this. Let me see this if it will work. You see, that's another one. Then here, it is very simple. You've done that. Then you change home, what's it called? You change home features to jewelry features, depending on how you want to do the text. You see now, it expands. I expand it because I can't see it very well. To jewelry features, and that's it. Then where you have 5 bedroom, okay, when you are done, you click on confirm. The moment you click on confirm, you go back. So where you have 5 modern bedroom, you edit that because that's not uh the correct one. Then you change it to rings. Let me see, rings. And modern, let me confirm again. Don't forget this confirm button so that you can release that. Go to the second part, click on edit again, type in what else? Necklace. neck Necklace. Confirm. Change, yeah, change the eye security. Edit. Can change it to earring earrings. Confirm. Go to the last one, which is exclusive. Okay, exclusive logo. Change it to what? Yes, bracelet. You can see bracelet. Okay, so now you look at the price. You see what I'm saying now. So which is very easy. You can change the price from, or you want to give uh the second one the price as well, which means uh you want to, you give this one $25 or whatever. So what you just need to do is to duplicate the price and the background of the price. So which I click on the price, then I click on duplicate. So it duplicated it. Then I'll move it down. Then click on the background, which is the background now. Then once I click it, it duplicated it. Then I move it down. So what I will now do so that the price, let me move back. So I want it to be for this. What I will do now is to put the price on top of it. But at the moment, the price is below it. So in order to bring it on top of it, don't forget you go to layer. Once you click on layer, you drag the price above. Do you see it now? So they both have their own prices. So that one have its own price, that one have the other price. If you decide to change the color, understand, you can select purple. You see, look at the green color. I want to change it to yellow. It's possible. I will just select, I select, wait, first of all, I selected the place I want to change to. So it's not I didn't select the blue, I select the green. You see that I select the green, then scroll to where you have color. I want to change it to yellow. If there's no yellow here, you click on this multicolor where you have plus, then look for yellow. You see, after you look for, depending on your brand, though, depending on your brand, you must make sure it's based on your brand. Then you click on the jewelry, change the color as well. The jewelry text, you must change the color. The moment you select it, look for color. It's on green so that it can fit with your background. Then it makes sense that way. Then you select, you get my point. So which is very, anywhere you have green, you will change them altogether. And that's how you can be able to reuse other template for other businesses. You can use it for carpentry, furniture. Let's say, for instance, you are into furniture, you can reuse this for furniture and so on. You can reuse this. Look at another template here. You can reuse this for furniture. You can use this for food. So, depending on how you can be able to kind of manipulate the whole design, so you try as much as possible to arrange it like I've explained earlier, then everything is fixed. Then everything is fixed. I also want to call our attention to, the text. You see some text that is written in gibberish. It doesn't have a meaning. Like for instance, Lauren imposing and all those things. That's a demo text. You understand? So I expected that you change them. You understand? You know how to change them by selecting the text and clicking on edit. So the moment you click on edit, you can write whatever you want to write on it. So that's one. I also want to make mention of background for those probably for any reason. Maybe you don't like the background and you just don't like it and you find it difficult in changing the background color. You understand? So the another thing you can do is putting your own form of background at it. You cannot change the color, whereas the color is there, but you cannot change it. Maybe you find it difficult. Maybe there's a reason you cannot change it. So what you just need to do is to don't click on anything on the background. Don't click on the background. Just click on empty element. Just click on empty space. You understand? Go to tools. Once you go to tools, you want to put your own background. You understand? And then select this shape. Then you look for square. When you look for square, that way you can increase it. How can you increase? By dragging at each end, you understand, of at the corner end of the shape. You can see I want to use this as a background. Now let's say for instance I want to use this as a background. Let's say it's orange and at the point. So now you want to convert this as a background. So what you will do at this point is to select it. Once you select the background, you look for a place called layer so that you can move it back. You remember we talk about layer. So you click on layer. Once you click on layer, then you drag it to the bottom. You drag it to the bottom. But it must be above the previous background. It must be above that. Do you see it? You see how neat it is? So that's your own background. That's the way you want it. And you close it. You see how easy it is. So you can do this for yourself. You can change the color. You literally have control of everything here. And that's it. So the last thing for us to do is to be able to download. And for us to be able to download is to select the page that you want to download. Select this download button. Once you select this download button, you see all type of this thing here. You don't have to share. What you just need to do, click on download. Once you click on download, first thing that you are going to do is to change the file type. What's the file type? You want it PNG or JPEG. You understand? So you can do one of the two, but I'll choose PNG, JPEG. I mean, so because a page with video and all those, we don't need that. So now select the page you want to download. This is where you have to click on select page. Once you select the page, click on current page. Current page, you know the current page we are is 11. So you click on done. Once you click on done, then you don't have to touch any other things here, because majority of them are, you can see these ones are uh, uh, there's a king or crown sign beside it, so it means they are paid version. So those ones that doesn't have crown, those are the ones that are free. So but you don't even need them anyway, so you just click on download. So the moment you click on download, it loads, start downloading, start downloading. So it has already been saved to, you can see save to your gallery. So this has already been saved to your gallery. So and that's the end of the tutorial. Thank you.